Okay, guys, we are back with another Country Wayne skit review, and this review is when Shara finds out that Bethany called her daughter a hoe. Okay, so now is she kicks her out the house. She's going in. First of all, before it actually came up to that point, she was going in on Isaiah mom, and then Isaiah mom was like, "You got one more time to call my son a bad kid." Larry knew when he opened that door, he should have said, "No, no, Bethany, you cannot come in here. You cannot come in here. You're not welcome. You was not invited. You cannot come in here." And now at this point, like Shara is looking at Larry like, you literally sat here and allowed this lady to call our daughter a hoe. You literally sat here and allowed her to do this. And you want to talk about, you worry about me going to prison. No, you're not. No, you're not. You worry about protecting your your white big ass wife. That's what you worry about. You're not worried about protecting our daughter. You're not worried about nothing else. Shara, this is the time that you need to go and get custody of your daughter. Send Larry custody papers from court and go get custody of your daughter. And make sure your niece come live with you. Because this is how she talks to them. She calls them hoes, just like she's like, so you, yeah, because you a hoe too, because you cheated on Larry. You only know Larry's side of the story. You don't know any other side of the story except for Larry's side. But for you to call her a hoe because she cheated on Larry, really? This is what you, and Larry stands there. He stands there like a fucking punk. He stands there and don't do shit. His wife says and does whatever she wants, and he just stands there. And if I was Shara, I'd sit there and say, you know what, Larry, we're going back to court. We are going back to court because you allow this woman to call our daughter a fucking hoe, and you just sit there and you do nothing. You do nothing. You've been doing nothing, and you continue to do nothing. And you think that I'm going to sit here and allow my daughter to actually put up with this? No, I'm not. No, I am not. I am not going to allow my daughter to put up with this shit. Because at the end of the day, no, this is not how we rolling. This is not how we rolling. So I would sit there and I would literally tell him, we're going back to court. We are truly going back to court. This is not going to happen anymore. You cannot protect our daughter because you're so busy protecting your peace and your wife peace. That's what you're so busy doing. So in order for me to protect my daughter, I need to protect my daughter. And so I would literally take him back to court, Shara. I would literally take him back to court because that's like he was sitting there right now. That's how he's been. That's how he's been. Even Isaiah tried to have the whole Shara back. Even Isaiah had to try a whole Shara back. Okay? And the first thing she said, well, yeah, because if that would have hit me, I would press charges. Larry don't see the problem with her. Larry truly do not see the problem. First of all, why did she even come over there? You told her you was going over. You did not tell her she was invited over there. And I don't know what the fuck is wrong with Shara. Why would you even let her in your house? No, you get the fuck out my house. Get out. Get the fuck out my house. You are not welcome in my house. This meeting is not for you. This meeting is for Brooke parents. This meeting is not for you. And that's why I'm so glad Destiny said something. I am so glad Destiny said something. Yeah, you call my cousin a hoe. Shara was like, excuse me? What are they talking about, Larry? And he said, well, I asked Brooke not to tell you. What else do you always ask Brooke not to tell me? What else secrets that you ask Brooke to hold for me? So this is why, Charlotte, you need to get custody back of Brooke. Get her out the house. Because Larry is not going to do anything to protect that girl. He's going to allow Bethany to continue doing what she does and what she always does. He's not going to do anything to protect that girl. Okay? He is not going to do anything. He is so busy worrying about his wife, and his peace. He don't give a two fine fucks about his daughter's peace or his niece's protection. She done called Destiny trash the other day. Did she say anything to him? No. Larry said nothing. That's why it's like these skits is getting out of control with these white people speaking their mind and saying what the fuck they want to say. And Country Wayne think that this is views. This is views for him to continue. And then Ralphie, you just made the biggest mistake of your fucking life with Ashley, okay? Because you just gave her ammo of why she gonna take you down there for child support. And yeah, they're gonna give you visitation rights. They're not gonna give you custody. They're not gonna give you custody because your wife is a queen pin. She's a drug dealer. Okay? And you as an ex-con. They're not gonna give you custody of that boy. But they're gonna give you some visitation rights. But now she's about to take you to a cleaners. She's about to take you to a cleaners with child support. Because now you done told her, you done bought you a house, you done got you 2 stores that's running successfully, and you're bringing in 6 figures. Okay? But last time when she checked, you wasn't bringing in no fucking money. You wasn't doing nothing. So she's gonna retroactive that all that shit back. Oh yeah, you're about to pay, Ralphie. You're about to pay. But you're gonna be able to visit your son every other weekend. You'll get that visitation every other weekend. But now you're about to pay. You're about to pay some money. Because all this time that she thinking that you're struggling, no, you've been doing good with money. Then you had that lawsuit that came in. You ain't do nothing with that money by sending her no money about that lawsuit. You ain't do nothing. You ain't do nothing for your child. Let's talk about that for a minute. Everybody want to talk about how his baby mama is kind of unfair. No. Let's talk about when Ralphie got that lawsuit. How much money did he send Lil D? I'm like Quiet B. I'm like Quiet B when it comes to Rhea. I'll wait. How much money did he send Lil D? He got that lawsuit money in. He gave a lot of money to Mike. But how much money did he give to his son? I can tell you. Nothing. He sent that little boy nothing. Nada. Zero. Zip. Zero. Go. Whatever, however you want to pronounce it, nothing. And now you want to come in here and talk about you want full custody and you want this and you want that. And if you don't see, I'm not even going to say it. But we're going to see how this all play out in court for you, Ralphie. We're going to see how this all play out in court for you. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to the Talk of the Table. Let's chat. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. And continue to leave your comments. I am Tasha, and we're going to keep this moving.